Moment of silence, boys and girls.
Gutter is the wallpaper.
That's good enough to me. I'm going to call to order the Planning and Zoning Commission meeting for October 21st, 2014. We do have a quorum present. First thing on the agenda, I'd like to look at the minutes from the October 7th meeting. Do we have a motion to approve?
What do you need?
Move to approve.
I took your agenda. Sorry.
Seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Minutes are approved. Next thing on the agenda, we have a public hearing consent agenda plats. We've got 4 here that are listed. First one, item A, final plat of Castle Hills Phase 8, Section B, lots 6R-1, 6R-2, 7R-1, and 8. Block A 9.047 acre tract designated General Business 2, GB2, located on the south side of Sam Rayburn Tollway, SH 121, between Josie Lane and Plano Parkway. Item B, the final plat of Castle Hills Phase 8, Section B, Lot 1R, Block A, a 4.312 acre tract designated light industrial, LI, located on the south side of Sam Rayburn Tollway, SH 121, between Josie Lane and Plano Parkway. Item C, the final plat of Morrow Addition, Lot 1, Block A 0.84 acre tract zone general business located at the southwest corner of College Street and Keeley Avenue. And D, the final plat of the Mac Addition, Lots 1 and 2, Block A 7.21 acre tract zone general business, GB, located at the south side of Continental Drive, west of Business State Highway 121. Jay?
I hope so. Good evening, Commissioners. The first plat that you had mentioned, Castle Hills Phase 8, Section B, with lots 6, 7, and 8, that is to subdivide 2 existing lots, Lot 6 and Lot 7, each of those into 2 lots. The second one, the lot lines and easements actually remain the same, is to change the zoning designations from general business to light industrial for a proposed self-storage building. The third one, the final plat of Morrow Addition, is to plat an unplatted lot here in Old Town. And the fourth one, D, the final plat of the Mac Addition, is to subdivide a single lot into 2 lots, one of which will hopefully become a volleyball complex, which you will see in an SUP application in the near future. All these plats meet staff requirements, and staff does recommend approval.
Thank you, Jay. I'd like to open this up for public hearing. If anybody would like to speak, please come forward now. State your name. Please write your name on the sheet. Nobody coming forward. We now close public hearing. Any comments, questions? Anything, Commissioners?
Nope.
Okay, can I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. The item is passed. Next item, public hearings on zoning. We have a consideration of a zone change request from agricultural open space, AO, to public use, PU, and planned unit development, PUD, on a 156.097 acre tract generally located south of State Highway 121, north of Parker Road along Josie Lane, east of Crider Road, and west of Plano Parkway, as requested by the property owners. Paisha?
Wrong way. Okay. Good
I'm
evening.
going to say we're, oh, there we go.
Good evening, Commissioners. Paisha Boomsma, Planning Manager. The request before you tonight is another planned unit development, our third this year. And this is for the property that was just recently annexed into the city of Louisville. It's roughly 150 acres located to the east of what is currently Castle Hills, south of State Highway 121 and Windhaven Parkway, and kind of bisected by Josie Lane and north of Parker Road. The area is vacant, and it is planned to contain roughly up to 550 homes, all single-family detached, ranging in size from 5,000 to 8,000 square foot lots. It will also have a 1.34 acre site for a future fire station, and there are some recreational amenities to go along and support these residential uses that are planned. As you all remember, the planned unit development process has several steps. The step we are talking about tonight is the zoning. Once the zoning has been established, the applicant would be required to come back in the future with what we call the development plan and the project plan, which staff refers to as the final plat and the construction plans for residential communities. And staff is currently in the process of reviewing their preliminary plat for this submittal. The concept plan is pretty much what we see on the preliminary plat, with maybe a few modifications. As we mentioned last week, the Sam Rayburn Tollway, State Highway 121, is becoming quite the entertainment and employment hub with the new Grandscape development, the 400 and some acre project with the Nebraska Furniture Mart of Texas, and the new Toyota headquarters and the Realm of Castle Hills, all expected to add to the draws of the area. This will help, the city staff feels that this development will help Louisville compete with some of the other master plan communities in Castle Hills, Plano, and Frisco. And the house prices here are expected to range from roughly $350,000 to $450,000. For those of you that are familiar with the city's 2025 vision plan, that's an important component of it, is providing unique neighborhood choices for people in Louisville, providing that move-up home and kind of the higher level. So we feel like this would be a good fit in the area based on what Castle Hills is currently offering.
Now, will this be this is being annexed into the city, or is this still part of the ETJ or whatever?
This is annexed into the city.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have adjusted the city boundaries. That went to council and was approved on the 6th.
Okay.
So just recently was approved.
I just had a quick question about the, I guess the shape, could you go back to the last slide real quick?
Sure. The colored
Yeah,
concept
yeah.
plan? Sure.
I was just curious about, there seems to be like a big, I guess, square shape in there. Is there any, I'm just curious what that,
In the kind of running through the middle
yeah,
right
is
here?
that where the?
That's
fire
Indian
station-
Creek.
Okay,
Yep, and that's going to be, correct me if I'm wrong, dedicated to the city of Louisville? Yes. That'll be dedicated to the city of Louisville, so that will become ours.
Oh, good.
And another big push of the 2025 vision plan was expanding our green and our centerpiece, so hopefully we could do some limited, probably improvements along there, possibly a trail or possibly just some benches in the future.
Thank you.
So if a trail were to go in, when would that be part of this process? Are we a little ahead of that?
We're ahead of that for sure. Have you had any conversations at all? I know on the city's end that we haven't talked about when that would happen. We just know that we would get the property and we could potentially do some improvements on it at a time when,
Okay, but that would be separate from this development.
yes.
Okay.
Any other questions for Paisha?
Yeah, no, I have a little more.
Oh, well, I had another, just
Okay.
a quick question about the different colors. What does that mean? I can't really read the.
Sure.
It's a little too fuzzy on the screen.
Okay,
Can you
if,
just explain what that is?
Yes, and I can talk about what those are. There's 5 different lot types proposed. And what you see the most of, the tan, that's the 5,000 square foot, and there's going to be approximately 340 of those. The lot size standards most closely match the city's estate, townhouse, residential zoning. There are a couple deviations with regards to setbacks, but for the most part, the housing size and lot size is larger than what we require in ETH. And the next level, we look at this. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Thank
yes.
you. Is that better, Kristen?
Yes, we can see
Okay.
that now.
Thanks,
Yes.
Bobby. The red is type 2, and that is the 6,000 square foot lot size. And, I need my own chart. Oh, there we go. There's 60 of those proposed. 3 is the 6,500 lot size, and that's kind of the purple. There are 15 of those, and this is a minimum, so there could be more. The type 4 is 7,000 square feet. There's 20 of those, and those are indicated by kind of the green teal color. And then the royal blue are the 8,000 square feet. Those are the largest in the community, and there's going to be at least 10 of those. So 5 different lot types, and I think it's interesting that these are actually intermingled with each other throughout the community. So it'll kind of break up what could be monotony in other instances.
And I had a question, I guess there's no alleys planned.
No alleys.
That would be a variance, right?
It'll be a plat variance on
Okay.
their preliminary plat. Yes, this community is not proposing any alleys. In addition, on the residential homes, they are proposing a variety of architectural features and, going to some lengths to break up the appearance of the same floor plan by providing requirements for only being able to use the same floor plan and the same elevation within so many houses of one another. And then they've selected a variety of architectural features such as bay windows and pillars and front porches and dormers and gables and different roof styles, turrets, and things of that nature to further increase the uniqueness of these homes. Each home will have at least 4, of those elements. And then just to get back to some of the amenities, this is the playground. That's going to actually be located on the eastern portion of the project, on the east side of Josie Lane. You could say it has some play structures and some open lawn areas. And this is the amenity area. It has a swimming pool and a splash pad and some open lawn areas and a restroom facility. And that's going to be located just south of the proposed fire station site. Now, we are requesting that the fire station site be rezoned to public use. So in the future, if something goes on with the PUD, or if we want to do something different to the fire station, we wouldn't have to go through the PUD process again with that piece of property. That will be public use, and we can make plans for that without having to amend any of the PUD standards that would be adopted with this project. This is
Who's
what
the
it-
developer?
Yep. Who's the
actual
developer? Would be Centurion American? Centurion American. I just wanted to make sure that's the name they're using for this project. And this is the same developer that did the PUD we looked at last time, and that, to be honest, has done several projects here with the Windale Meadows that we talked about, the Uptown Village. I think they've done maybe 8 projects now in the city of Louisville over the last year or 2.
Are they the ones doing downtown also?
Yes.
The Statler?
Yes.
Or the Hilton?
Yes. So they are investing a lot in Louisville. This is
So-
just an example of what some of the entry monumentation might look like. And they do have a detailed screening plan, but the screening and walls and fences all meet our city requirements and actually go above and beyond what our thoroughfare walls would require.
So,
And-
Keisha,
yes.
the 2 public spaces, does that fulfill the requirement under the zoning, the PUD zoning?
It does, especially with the dedication of that open space for the Indian Creek.
Okay,
Yeah, they are actually above what they would be required.
okay.
That's a good point, though. And just to point out on the map to you, here's where the amenity center and the fire station would be, and right down there is where the playground is. And all this up here on the northern part of the project would also be open space. I'll be happy to answer any questions you might have. The applicant and their consultants are also here. Staff is recommending approval of this project.
I guess my only comment would be that with one of those public spaces being on one side of Josie and, you know, which I drive down that road every day and people are going through there at about 50, 60 miles an hour, just providing some type of safe crossing for people to get over to that public amenity. And I know it may be too early for that at this point. I just wanted to put that out there.
Okay.
No, I agree with that.
Have you had any thoughts about that, Bobby or Henry? No? Okay. They'll work with staff on it, he said. I know that when I was looking at it, I was glad they at least provided some type of amenity on either side so that each, I guess, half of the community would have something. Although you're right, people will probably want to come over and go to the swimming pool, obviously.
Right.
Of course, after working with the latest school zone, trying to get a traffic crossing is not going to be an easy thing with the city. All right, any other questions for Paisha? Okay, at this time, we'll open it up for public hearing. If anybody would like to come forward and speak at this time, please come forward, state your name, please sign up. Anybody? Okay. All right, I'll close public hearing. Any comments, discussion? No? Do I have a motion?
Move to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Passed. Okay, anybody like to make a motion for adjournment?
Make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.